Yeah, now that I'm analyzing it, I think we just spent all this time watching a bunch of literal bullshit. I mean, which is
Ab-
fine because it was entertainment. It's entertainment, which is why we do this,
Call it what it is. Fiction.
right?
Call it what
Right.
it is. Love fiction.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
Happy New Year. This is our first episode of the new year.
Happy New Year. That's right.
So Kelly and I watched Members Only Palm Beach. That's on Netflix. There's 8 episodes, and we both binged it and watched all 8 episodes. Not exactly sure how we're going to recap it. So, I took notes on each episode, but we'll start going through it and see where we're at with it.
I'm glad I literally had nothing to do New Year's Day and the day after because they gave us the day off. So I honestly couldn't turn the show off. Like I really had to keep watching it. And the episodes are only like 30, 40 minutes long. None of them are really that long. I think I text you and Cousin Gina. And Cousin Gina was, I think you knew about the show. And then Cousin Gina said to watch the show. And then Eric on New Year's Day came upstairs and was like, something just came up on Netflix. I think you'd be into it. It's called Members Only. I think it's about Palm Beach. And I just started laughing. I'm like, I'm already on episode 3. But my big takeaway was basically it was white girls with blonde hair telling the dark-haired girls that they're not good enough. And if they change and act more like them, they'll be more accepted. Except for Taja. Nobody was telling Taja what to do.
Nobody was telling Taja what to do.
Mm-hmm. I think she's my fave. She's the front runner.
Is she?
Mine, yeah.
So, yeah. And it's funny because after I finished watching the whole 8 episodes, it was kind of, I'll be honest with you, I felt like it was kind of like a train wreck. Again, couldn't stop watching it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And maybe this was editing, not much substance to any of these women. I know that they're very whatever.
They're philanthropists.
Thank you. I know they do a lot for charities, and I have a lot of respect for that. I think that's lovely. However, they clearly do it for clout and for, ins for certain parties. They're not.
Yeah. So after I watched it, because I didn't do this before I watched it. After I watched it, now that's all that shows up on my social media, and I wound up following.
Absolutely.
I've wound up following all of them on We Wine Whenever, so that's going to show up on our social media there too. Right. But what I think I concluded was this is a lot of smoke and mirrors. What we just watched is not even partially true. So
Totally agree. And even at the end, when Tasha was like, it used to be like you had to be on the island in Palm Beach to, be part of that community. But now it's not. I mean, I've been to West Palm Beach. It's beautiful. It's amazing. If you own a home there, especially a home on the water, you clearly have a lot of money. So I agree with you. A lot of smoke and mirrors.
So I'm going to start out with kind of like a little intro about each person. So the first person we see is Hilary Musser. Hilary Musser is 60 years old. It's important. This is her first season in Palm Beach. She lives in a waterfront mansion across the water from Mar-a-Lago. She was married.
Who, by the way, should be another cast member, basically.
100%. Mar-a-Lago. Yes. Mar-a-Lago is a cast member.
Yes.
She was married to billionaire Pete Musser, who was 39 years older than her. So that's pretty much all I know about that. He died in 19, and she is currently married to Luke, and that is her 5th husband. And she met him while she was at her favorite in Amsterdam, De La Rue, and he was the head doorman. Wait, what?
Yeah. So obviously she and her billionaire husband had divorced. Now, is he the father of her son? Was that ever made clear?
I believe she said, and I have to look into my notes. I think she said that that was her second husband.
Okay. Because I was trying to do the math. I think when she got divorced from her first husband, that's when she moved to Palm Beach, to whatever,
No,
West Palm.
no, because he died in 2019. So and this is her fifth husband.
Right. So she must have, when she divorced her first husband, I'm saying, she said she left Pennsylvania, wherever she lived, and came to West Palm because she didn't want to be known as so-and-so's ex-wife. She wanted to like start anew.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know if it was him though, because she didn't make that clear. She said that's when. I mean, I don't know if it was 21 years ago
Well,
that he
this is her 20th season in
21st.
Palm Beach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how long they were married for, right? Because
So
she's
if
60.
she's 60,
She's 60, and what was she, 22? Didn't they say that
yeah,
at the end? 22.
yeah.
So I don't know if the math is mathing. Like
So
I don't know. I don't know how long they were married for.
right.
But either way. So when she's giving her thing, like I know this about her, right? She's saying that she's the premier real estate waterfront developer in West Palm Beach. She moved to Florida in 2005 from Pennsylvania after getting a divorce. So I have that written down.
Okay,
That's
so
why
we
she
just
was so
don't know who that divorce was.
who that
If it
was.
the
I don't know who that
right.
divorce was, right?
Okay.
She moved, but what she says is she never considered herself a socialite. She is self-made like her father. I wrote down, but she was married to a billionaire. So how is that self-made?
It's not. It's not.
Like, are you that Delulu?
Yes, she is.
Okay,
She
you're
was
not a
not self-made.
socialite.
She married a billionaire 40 years older than her.
Right. Let me just
Self-made
call you
gold
out on that.
digger. Yes.
Yeah. Let me call you out on that, which Gail does call her out on, but we could
Yes.
call her out on that right now.
Yes, because, well, yeah, we'll get there. But one thing you can say about Gail, I mean, I'm not a big fan. I think she's the head of the Mean Girls.
Yeah.
But what Cousin Gina sent us, she clearly, I don't know if she came from money or not, Gail, but she can back up her success with the things she accomplished, for sure.
Yeah, I think that she can. I mean, she certainly has, what did she say? 70 pages on Google?
700.
Oh, 700. Oh, that's right. She only printed out, what, 20?
I loved when Taja was like, I don't need to see that. I'm not hiring.
I know. I love that too.
She's so funny.
So she's the first one that we meet, and that she is hosting this party for this Florida race. It's the first time that this race has been in Florida. It's the Miglia, I don't know how, it's some exclusive race. I don't know what it is. It's a car race, I guess.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
know
a
what?
party.
I didn't even pay attention because this was the first episode, so I was kind of like seeing if I wanted to get into it, so I was doing other things, you know?
Yeah. So it was an after party for this car race. A car race is a big deal. Listen, I know Formula One is a big deal. They didn't say Formula One. It's some other exclusive
the
race.
thing is, and also in Florida, like Key West, like boat races are a big thing, and like parties afterwards, you know?
Right. So then the next person we meet is Tasha. She's the next one to walk through the door there. She is 53 years old. She's the one who walked in with the red heart coat like Bronwyn had on Salt Lake City.
Yes.
And at this point, we don't know too much about her, but Hilary is saying that she's the spa queen. She has a mobile spa in New York, Palm Beach, and Miami. Okay. She moved from New York to Palm Beach 6 years ago, so that means this is her 6th season, and is currently in a relationship with the former Yankees pitcher David Cohn.
And has a son with him.
And has a son with him. But they're not married. They're just in a relationship, which actually we just found out may not be in a relationship anymore after this past weekend, but we don't know. It's kind of gray
Interesting timing. Yeah.
Right. And she is also friends with Teresa from Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah, but we literally saw her for 2 seconds. So that's like to me, like that was a non-issue. Because at first I'm like, ugh, I don't know if I want to watch it if she was, and then she was literally in there for 2 seconds. And I don't know if you noticed, but at the end, the last scene, when they're
the last
all at
party,
the table, she was there. Like she was standing there and the camera never went to her once. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah. So the funny thing about the next person I've written down is Sue Bell, who's Hilary's friend. And I don't know why I wrote her name down. I just, when watching it, thought to myself, she's someone of importance.
She
But I
looks
didn't.
it.
Right. She looks like she's someone of importance, right? But she really, through this whole thing, didn't have a big part in it. And then just today, cousin Gina sent us this TikTok video that initially Bell was cast for a show that was being filmed, and it was called
Palm Beach Gold.
Gold.
Palm Beach Gold.
Right.
And it seemed as if this guy who was doing this video was a producer, right? Or had
He
something
was
to do with the
involved in it.
production.
Yeah. He was involved in it in some way. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this Netflix production company, members only, reached out to her and asked her to break her contract with Palm Beach Gold and to come to theirs, and that she was going to be the lead cast member, which really kind of blows my mind. She was not.
If this is true, that's really messed up. But like Andy says before every Real Housewives season starts, like, we don't know who's going to be a main cast member. We were just texting about this with cousin Gina. Like, we don't know who's going to be a friend of. We have to film the season. So they could turn around and say that that's what happened. But this guy says that she really is the queen of Palm Beach. Like what Gail claims to be, which obviously she's not, because nobody ever heard of her other than Rosalind. Sue Bell probably is. And that's probably why they wanted her so bad.
Yeah, I just find this whole thing so interesting. Like, as it's unfolding, as we're watching it, as other stuff is coming out. I don't know.
Because my initial thoughts of Gail, obviously a very accomplished woman. I think she was one of the first female traders on Wall Street, right?
Is that what she said? Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, she did.
That alone is a huge accomplishment. Like, go no further. But she did go further, and she did do a lot more. But just seeing her interaction with Rosalind, I'm like, oh, so basically they did not ask Gail to be on this show. And Gail probably went to Rosalind and was like, listen, I will gas you up. You gas me up, and I'll help you get into whatever she thinks she can get people into. I don't know. I think Rosalind brought her on the show, and they did the whole thing about the passing the baton, and which is probably not even a thing.
I don't know. Like I said, watching this show was just, I couldn't stop watching it, and
could not stop watching it.
And now that I'm analyzing it, I think we just spent all this time watching a bunch of literal bullshit. I mean, which is fine because it was entertainment. It's entertainment, which is why we do this.
Call it what it is. Fiction.
Right.
Call it what it is.
Right. This is not a reality show. This is not a reality show.
Not their reality, at least.
No, listen, we always say that we watch these things because it's entertaining, and it was entertaining. It definitely was entertaining, but
it was definitely entertaining, probably because these women really don't know each other. They really don't know where the bodies are buried. So they're starting nonsensical bullshit with each other. And okay, I'm here for that. Again, as long as there's no private investigators involved, I'm good. And stop coming after people's husbands and kids. And they didn't go after anybody's husbands or kids. It was nice to watch.
Yes, but it is the first season, so
I know.
Who knows?
It's never going to be as good as this again.
Probably not. So then the next person we meet is Rosalind Yellen. She's age 54. This is her 5th season. She's not invited to Hilary's party, so that's kind of how we meet her, because according to Hilary, she spoke poorly about very influential people in Miami, in Palm Beach, that were going to be at that party. And they are also Hilary's close friends, so she didn't want that friction at this party.
We don't know who these people are, by the way. We were never just showed them. We were never nothing.
Right. So she is self-proclaimed a passionate philanthropist, and she has taken it upon herself to help Ro-Mina and take her under her wing to be accepted into the Palm Beach society, right? So she moved 5 years ago with her husband. She also has 5 children, but her children are older, and she moved after her children were grown and out. Like, she was in Pennsylvania. We don't know this yet, but we find this out. She's from Bucks County, PA, and she was a stay-at-home mom doing Zumba. She was a Zumba teacher. She was a dance teacher. She was, she wasn't on Wall Street. She wasn't running businesses.
High society.
She was not high society, which is fine, which is absolutely
which is
fine.
fine. Right.
Right.
I text you and Cousin Gina. The funniest part I found about this show was that she kept making such a big deal about what champagne she was drinking and a specific name. And I know champagne is the actual like it's champagne. And then there's other ones that are not called, whatever. But meanwhile, she had a bottle of Josh wine on her counter.
Yeah,
I
I know.
buy Josh wine. So
Right.
your taste can't be that eloquent if you're drinking the same wine I'm drinking.
Right. Right. And listen, even as far as champagne goes, it just means it was made in Champagne, France. It's just the region that it was made
Exactly.
in. You know, like
She
if
was asking for a certain one.
a
I
brand,
forget.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even her and Gail at another party were saying, we don't want Prosecco. We want real champagne. Who cares? Like, seriously,
Exactly.
who cares?
Shut up.
So the next person we meet is Ro-Mina. I cannot pronounce her last name. Ustayev? I don't know. She is 39 years old, and she's new to Palm Beach. They call her the Kim Kardashian of Palm Beach. Don't get that at all. She looks
Did
nothing
she
like Kim
say
K.
that?
She said that, and other people have said that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah. So when we first meet her at Hilary's house, she comes in with long black curly hair, like that wet look, which I really do not like. I do not like that wet look hair. And she's got on this very tight red dress that's like all laced up. I thought, okay. And Hilary made a comment that dress was inappropriate. But at this point, there was nothing she could do because she was already at her party. So that was the first introduction to this girl. And the first thing that's said about her is that she's dressed inappropriately, which becomes a theme for her in all 8 episodes.
I mean, at some point, I would have been like, you can all go F yourselves. Like,
well, she does finally. Finally, she does.
She does. But then she
It does
apologizes
take her a
for it
while.
after.
I know. I mean, the thing is, I was saying she's young, but she's not. I mean, she's 39 years old. She's the youngest there, but she's 39.
Yeah, I mean, but the big thing is, and this is why I said, like, about the white women with blonde hair telling the brown hair girls, like, Rosin wasn't even following the same rules she was giving Ro-Mina. Like, you can't show your boobs and your knees. Well, we saw her do that a couple of times.
Yes. Yes. So what we find out about Ro-Mina is that she started a business with her brother. He was doing assisted livings, right? And she helped him out with that. Her father offered her money and she took that money and went into business with her brother. And then they sold that business for many millions of dollars. I don't remember exactly how much.
It was like 42 million.
Yeah, a lot of money. So now she is an aspiring singer and a fashion designer, and she has 3 children, and she's married to Roman, 3 sons. The next thing we see is that all the ladies are going into Hilary's closet. And this is really, honestly, this was what grabbed me when I saw Hilary's closet. Like all the glass front, all the names of the handbags and the shoes and just it's a lot. Like it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
I mean, it does seem like Hilary, Roslyn, Ro-Mina, like they have money.
Mm-hmm. They do have
money. To me,
money.
it seems, I mean, Tasha, obviously, she's married to or she's with an ex-Yankee. But, the other ones are a little questionable. But,
well,
I mean, whatever Hilary's doing in Palm Beach is working for her.
Yeah, she definitely has money. And like you said, Ro-Mina, we didn't get to see her closet until the very end. Her closet rivaled Hilary's closet, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
When I saw that closet, I was like, your closet is just as good as Hilary's.
Yeah, I mean, if she sold a business for 42 million and split it with her brother, she walked away with 21 million.
Right.
A multi-millionaire.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know what her husband does, but she's fine.
Yeah. And by the way, when they're in the closet, Ro-Mina wound up spilling her drink
on Tasha's
red jacket.
The monster jacket. Exactly. The Bugs Bunny monster jacket. That was so funny when Lori did that clip of the side by side with that jacket.
Yes, that was funny. So Taja says, what does she say? Hilary and Taja are in the penthouse, and Ro-Mina and Maria are in the basement.
That's fucked up.
That's not nice. Not nice.
No.
No. The next one we meet is Maria.
That's what I mean. I don't.
Yeah,
like
I didn't like that either. No, I didn't like that either. Then we meet Maria Kozamanis. She's 51 years old. This is her third season. Listen, I liked her story. And I liked how this is what I liked about it. So she comes in with this curly hair and this floral dress, and then we see her in her confessionals, and it was a totally different person. Her confessional look with the bangs and the blue, and I'm like,
Yeah, very Breakfast at Tiffany's.
yes.
That confessional look.
She only had one.
No, she had two.
What was
She
her other
had
one?
two. The other one was very boobies, lots of boobies. And her
Okay.
hair, she kind of had like an 80s hair.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one was very Breakfast at Tiffany's.
But she didn't dress like that in any of the scenes we saw, ever.
No,
Never
not at
conservative
all.
like that. Never with her
No.
hair like that. Never.
No.
So she said that she entered the scene. She came in the back door because she was a DJ at Mar-a-Lago, and people looked down on her until they found out that she had money. Now, I don't know exactly. I mean, she's married to Damon. He's a chiropractor and also a fellow DJ. I don't know how she made her money, but
She said it. She said what she did. I want to
maybe
say it had something to do with the finance industry. She retired from that.
okay.
She did say it in one episode, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." But unfortunately, it wasn't interesting enough for me to write it down to remember. She had, or was it technology? Maybe IT? It was
Maybe.
something like, something that you wouldn't necessarily think like, "Oh shit, and now she's a DJ,"
Right, right. Listen, I liked Maria. I do like
Me
Maria. I
too.
still like Maria. I think
Yeah.
she's real. I think, she doesn't forget where she came from, unlike Rosalind, because we're going to get to Rosalind next. She says that she was raised very humble and that she was only able to get something when it was 75% off on clearance rack.
Mm-hmm.
And, now she's living her fairy tale in Palm Beach. But so then why is she so mean to others? I feel like she doesn't remember where she came from.
Rosalind?
Yeah.
Yeah, not Maria.
No, Rosalind.
Yeah. So the thing with Ro-Mina and Maria, I thought they kept leaving a conversation with certain people and then going to other people and saying, well, so-and-so just said this about you. Like,
Right.
I feel like Maria and Ro-Mina did that the entire season.
Yes, they did. They did.
I mean,
I agree.
other than that, I thought Maria was great. I loved seeing the scene with she and her son. Yeah, so Maria, I think was she from Boston or was she from Boston or was she from Philly? A couple of times they said Rosalind was from Philly, but I don't.
No, she's from Bucks County. Rosalind's from Bucks County. Yeah, Rosalind's from Bucks County, which isn't far from Philly. It's not far. I mean, it is in Pennsylvania because Ro-Mina knew her from there. She knew Rosalind from Bucks County.
Right. Right. So she must be from maybe
Maria's
I don't know.
Maria's from Philly. Maria's from
Okay.
Philly.
Okay.
Which is a little, edgier than Bucks County.
It is. It is. I mean, it's like us growing up in Brick and saying we're from Newark.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We are not. We're from Brick. It's a very suburban area.
Yes. Yeah. And that's where Ro-Mina met her, was at the Zumba classes. She met her at Zumba. Like, she knew her in Bucks County because she was a Zumba teacher. She says that, Ro-Mina's parents left Uzbekistan looking for a better life. When she came when she was 5 years old, they had nothing. They had nothing when they came. She was on welfare. They were on food stamps. She lived on a couch. So her parents came over here and worked their butts off. And her father was a janitor, she said, like all these things that he did.
Yeah, like talk about self-made.
Right. She is self-made. And that is the American dream. And that is why this country is the greatest country. Hilary asks, I thought this was interesting. Hilary sits down with Ro-Mina and asks her, what's her story? How did she make her money? Now, can you imagine if Ro-Mina said that to Hilary?
No. And that's the thing, because Hilary's got this thing that she's self-made and that she did this on her own. But now we know she married a billionaire and probably walked away from that marriage with quite a pretty penny. So no, it's not a nice thing to ask somebody. It's just intrusive.
Right.
But the flip side is, Hilary probably knew that Ro-Mina truly was self-made. And maybe she figured, I'm going to ask her so it gives her an opportunity to tell her story on camera because it is impressive. I mean,
No,
it's probably
it definitely
not what her
is.
intention was, but
Right. Yeah. She's Ro-Mina also said, because I'm just looking at my notes, she said people think that she's a trophy wife.
yeah, so I wonder what her husband does. He
Yeah,
must
we
be
don't know.
successful in his own right, I would imagine.
I would imagine so too. So Ro-Mina's sitting down to, and this is the thing that goes on throughout this whole season, is that Hilary thinks that she is the queen and Rosalind thinks that she is the queen to be. So Ro-Mina's the newbie. Hilary gives her advice, what she needs to do. Rosalind gives her advice, what she needs to do. And both of them give conflicting advice about what Ro-Mina needs to do, right?
They are both telling her to dress more appropriately, which I think is ridiculous because you're in Florida, for crying out loud. I understand it's Palm Beach, but you're not, entering Congress or the White
Right.
House.
Right.
Like, it's Florida, no matter how you slice or dice it. It might be a more conservative area of Florida, okay, but I mean, they all had their boobs out at one point or another. Well, not Hilary, but she probably should have once or twice at least. She was way too buttoned up, Hilary.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Hilary's. I wasn't to begin with, and I wasn't at the end. She never won me over, not once.
No, me neither.
I will say, though, at the end, Rosalind did win me over a little bit,
Yeah.
but nothing from Hilary. I mean, I'm still not a huge fan of Rosalind's, but at
No.
least she kind of spoke her piece, which I respect.
Yeah, she spoke her piece. The weird thing of the whole season was Rosalind's interactions with Gail. They were
I mean,
weird. It was way too much. It was clearly performative, and it was an alliance. It was very clearly an alliance.
it was so over the top. It wasn't even funny. I mean, every time Gail saw Rosalind, she's walking around with the heart hands. I'm like, how old are we? What, we're doing
Yeah.
heart hands?
Yeah, so I really think that Gail wanted on the show, wasn't getting on the show, and called Rosalind and was like, listen, whatever I got to do to help you, you help me. And that's what happened, which makes sense as to why they wanted to court Sue. What was her name? Sue Bell?
Sue Bell, yeah.
Yeah, because she was clearly another, OG in the Palm Beach community. But I don't know. It was weird. That whole thing was weird.
Wonder what happened, though, with Sue Bell. Like, why did she not get her spot? Because she was on quite a few episodes. I mean, she was at Hilary's
she was
wedding.
on the first episode at Hilary's house, right?
Yep.
At
She was
that
at
party.
Hilary's wedding. She was at the last. She was on many episodes, but she was never a key player.
No.
And I wonder why.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting.
Right. So that was my recap of the first episode. The second episode was Will the Real Queen Please Stand Up? And that was the launch party for the Palm event. And that's where Ro-Mina shows up in her black leather corset and red and white ruffled skirt. And the ladies are laughing at her behind her back, saying that she's dressed inappropriately. And if she doesn't conform to Palm Beach standard, she will not be invited back. I thought she looked beautiful.
I thought she looked beautiful too. And listen, I'm not a huge fan of pleather. It's just not my thing. But I think you could do it in a classy way. And if this woman is an aspiring fashion designer, like she clearly has a creative mind.
Right.
Like, just let her be her. You're not going to invite her somewhere because she's wearing something that you like. It's silly. Because when she went to dress shopping with Rosalind and Gail, she, some of the things she came out with, she was like, you're kidding me, right? Like, this is appropriate, but you're telling me the other things I was wearing weren't appropriate. Like, come on.
And even the thing that she wound up buying, that they told her how to modify it, that she wound up doing. And then Gail still said it wasn't right.
Right. And she's like, but the guy did it, like, as I was there.
Right. I know.
Yeah. I felt for her, man, this whole season. I mean, again, like I said, she was talking about people left and right, which I don't love that, but I guess, when you're on a reality TV show, you probably feel pressure to do that.
Yeah. So then Maria talks about the whole situation in her confessional, and she says that she thinks that Rosalind has a more visible social presence and that Hillary feels threatened by that because Rosalind has not been in Palm Beach as long as Hillary has because Hillary's been there. This is her 20th season. And
So Hillary might be jealous of that Rosalind's climbing that ladder quicker than she did.
right. And I think Rosalind is attributing it to Gail because Gail is the one who's bringing her into those circles. But the difference I really think is what's happening is that Hillary is not involved in philanthropy. She is not chairing any boards. She is actually working. She does have a real estate development company. She has 3 companies, actually. She said she'd rather give money than, plan events. It's just not her thing. And to be honest with you, I could see that in her. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
I don't want her planning events because she doesn't smile. The woman never smiles. I mean, did you notice that? Like, she doesn't smile.
Well, she doesn't yet. Like, she's got a resting bitch face. She doesn't have a game face. Like I have no game face. If I'm feeling it, you're going to know about it. So I get that. But yeah, she can't fake it. Where Rosalind, I think,
Oh my
just
God, she's like the
all
Cheshire
she
cat.
does. Exactly.
That
Exactly.
smiles. I'm just like,
Yeah.
she's got
Yeah.
some great whites. I mean, do we have to see them? Like, can we get some happy medium here between those two,
Like,
right?
it's not all butterflies and rainbows all the time. It's just not. That's not reality. I don't care where you live. I don't care what your zip code is. It's just not.
Right. Right.
So yeah, no, I get that she doesn't want to plan it, but she throws money at the situation, obviously. So
Right. Right.
can't ignore that part. And she is a member of Mar-a-Lago. Gail is not.
Right. Right. But Gail
Gail says
was
she's
at
a
one
boss,
point.
but that's not a thing.
Yeah, and I think I'm curious. I didn't look it up, but I'm curious about what that whole situation is. So I guess she wound up getting divorced and she kind of lost a lot of her status because supposedly she's living in an apartment or a condo, which would explain why she doesn't have a full-time spot because where are they going to film?
Exactly.
All the
Yeah.
filming for this had to be in private residences or private clubs because they do not allow filming in Palm Beach. So that right there tells you a lot, you
You know
know?
what I was thinking? There's no way this show ever would have went on Bravo because of the Mar-a-Lago connection. I mean, really, it really is another cast member. They talk about
Definitely.
it nonstop. So Bravo wants nothing to do with that. So Netflix was like, we'll scoop that right up.
Mhm.
And they are incredibly smart for doing so because I don't give an F about Mar-a-Lago, but I couldn't
No.
stop watching this show.
Right. No, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
So Ro-Mina's talking to Maria and she's telling her that she was at Hillary's house the other day and that Hillary wants to be Ro-Mina's mentor also. Even though Ro-Mina's already asked Rosalind to be her mentor.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting because what happens is Ro-Mina goes over to Hillary's house and she shows up wearing this pantsuit. It's like this purple, like silk pantsuit. And Hillary said to her, well, this is appropriate. Like this what you're wearing here is appropriate. Like what you showed up at my party was not appropriate. Like maybe I can help you. Again, all about the superficial and the clothing.
Right. Right. These women have zero substance, but they're so overly concerned with what Ro-Mina is wearing.
Right. Right. But I like this. This is what Maria said to her. She's telling Ro-Mina that people like Hillary like to compartmentalize and make themselves comfortable. So they try to identify what you are and who you are, and they try and put you in this compartment so that they can feel comfortable. And I thought to myself, you know what, Maria? This is smart. Actually, what she's saying is very smart. And she's saying it's their
Absolutely.
problem. It's not your problem. They want to define who you are, and they want you cannot be your own person. You have to either be in this box or you have to be in this box. Either you're in
Right.
or you're out.
Right. And to be in, you have to be just like them. But
Right.
really not just like them.
No.
Just what they say they are. Because Rosalind was contradictory to what she was telling Ro-Mina to do and dress and to what she
Yes.
was, you know.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And honestly, like I said, I really like Maria's relationship with Romina. I really do think that they are friends. I think that that is a true friendship. I think that they may have met just because of the show, but I
Yeah.
think that I'm okay with that though, because I
Think
mean,
they
Romina's only been
all
there.
just met because of the show, other than Maria saying she knew Rosalind back in Bucks County. Like, I don't
Right.
think any of these women were hanging with each other. Maybe they saw each other at functions, but even at the end, somebody, I think it was Maria, was like, because you almost are under the impression that Rosalind and Taja really have been friends for a while, right? When the show first starts. But at the end, Maria even makes a comment like, I don't know what this newfound bond is, as if they just started hanging out.
Yeah. You mean Hillary and Taj?
Hilary and Taj. I'm sorry, did
Hillary
I
and
say
Taj.
Rosalind?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hillary and
Yeah,
Taj.
sorry. Hilary and Taj, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that the dynamics in this whole group are a little bit effed up, to be quite honest with you. I think they're all, not all of them. I think that Hillary and Rosalind are like battling to be the queen. Throwing Gail Brophy in there is just like, oh, well, that's an interesting twist.
Yeah, like, I don't understand. I mean, uh, I don't know. I guess it's just a world I'll never be in. I'll never understand it, and that's okay. I'm okay with it.
I do want to see the Book of Legacy. So, this is when,
I
this is
think
the
there is
episode.
one. I think
Well,
there
there was a
I think that
book.
this
She did show up with a book. There was a book.
yeah, but that could have been any book. It could have been a photo
I know.
album of her kids when they were little.
I know.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm saying. I want to see what's in this book that she presented to her. I want to see what's actually in that book.
I think that this is all just nonsense. And if it's anything, I bet you it's like a binder. Like, listen, when I was on the PTO in midstream school, I had a binder. I had a binder of all of the functions I chaired or I helped out with, or that's probably what this is. This is probably Gail's binder of all her, philanthropy work in Palm Beach. And that's amazing. But don't call it a
Mm-hmm.
legacy book. Like, what is this?
Yep.
And this Rolodex, like, honey,
Right.
I
Right.
I haven't seen a Rolodex. I started working at a law firm. I was 22. It was 1996. I haven't seen a Rolodex since then. Nobody has a Rolodex anymore. So I don't know what your Rolodex says or does, but if it's anything, it's from 30 years ago, and those people are probably dead, and nobody really cares. Nobody cares.
Right. Right.
I do feel bad for her because she's obviously living in the past, Gail.
Well, she's definitely living in the past. I mean, she talks about how she won the Kentucky Derby. And just before she won the Kentucky Derby, her horse, MC Hammer called her and said, I want to buy that horse and I'll give you 10 million for it. And she said to MC Hammer, you can't touch this. It was just like, wait, what?
Now, clearly it was her husband's horse, and her husband, and MC Hammer called her husband, and that conversation
Right.
never happened.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm just going to go
But
out
that-
on a limb and say that
Right.
this conversation never happened between she and MC Hammer.
No, listen, I'm here with you on that. And then she's like, well, once you win the Kentucky Derby, well, then you get to meet the Queen of England and the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed. I'm like, wait, what? Like she, I don't know. I don't even know where she's getting these things from.
I know.
I don't know. But when she physically handed her that baton, I was first of all, I was laughing. Later on, when they referred to the baton, I think it was Taj that said, what is she, in a marching band?
Exactly.
And I'm like, but wait, that was a relay race baton she passed. It wasn't a marching band baton.
It was a relay race.
So I just like, the more I think about it, I'm just,
stupid.
it's so stupid, right?
Like, we really need someone who has nothing to do with the show, who is somehow in the Palm Beach community, to call us and tell us if any of this is real, because I'm calling bullshit.
No, I am too. I mean, listen, I'm entertained by it, and I think it's hysterical, but this is where I stand with it. So then what else happens?
Listen, you
After
know who
that,
we need to call us? We need Siggy Flicker. Siggy Flicker, you are in this community. She lived at
Siggy.
Mar-a-Lago during COVID.
we have to
Siggy.
reach out to Siggy and see if she'll come on the
Call
pod
us.
and help us figure this out, because
I
I
was
don't
gonna
know.
get her book and read it, even though it's about I believe it's about putting, certain energy you put out to attract a partner, which I'm all set.
Was
I
that
don't
what
need
it's
to do.
about?
I
She
think
right, she was the
because she was like
relationship
a
guru, right?
relationship expert, yeah. But I
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah.
think I'm gonna order it and read it just to see what it's all about. But I have to be honest with you, I was gonna do it, and then I think she went on somebody's podcast. She went on All About the Bullshits podcast. That's what it
I
was.
know, I heard
I
her. I
think.
heard her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I was like, oh, I'm not gonna support her if she supports them
Well,
because
just get it at the
they're
library where it's
ridiculous.
free. Just order it from the
Oh,
library.
it's a good idea. Great
Yeah.
idea. I will do that. I think I can literally get it on Thrift Books for like $5 though, so I might just do that. But yeah, Siggy, listen, hit us up because we need to know the deets on the Palm Beach community if any of this is real. And do
Yeah.
you know Sue Bell and do you know Gil?
She definitely knows them. She 100% knows them.
Do
What
you
she's
know
gonna give up on
Hilary?
them?
Do you know Rosalind?
I think she knows all of them. I think she
Is
knows all of
Ro-Mina
them.
really dressing inappropriately?
So the next thing we see is back at Hillary's at her waterfront mansion. Every time we're at her house, it puts on the bottom of the screen waterfront mansion.
It does do that. And did you notice that Rosalind is on the water as well? And I don't
Hers
think it
also
said that.
says no,
I
no, it
mean,
did. It did. It did.
okay.
Rosalind says it and
Because
Hillary says it. Maria's is on the water, but hers does not say waterfront mansion.
she's not on the water, Maria.
No,
Because
she
I
is
paid
actually.
I paid very close attention. Her yard backed up to someone else's backyard.
It did? I thought it was on like a smaller like canal, not like a lagoon,
No,
not an open
Roslyn
waterfront.
is on a what do they call that? Lagoon?
A
Roslyn's
lagoon.
on a lagoon. She's got water in between her and another house. Hillary looks like she's bayfront.
Well, I think maybe intercoastal because Mar-a-Lago
Yeah,
is on
it's
the other side.
yeah. So it's I mean, listen, in the real estate, in the contest of real
It's not
estate,
oceanfront. It's not
it's
oceanfront, but
not
it is
oceanfront, no, but I mean,
right.
I don't think you want to be oceanfront in Florida, quite honestly, with those hurricanes. I don't think you want to be on the water, period, with the hurricanes, but in the contest of real estate, Hillary's winning, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care if it's West Palm.
Also, every time we see them talking in their confessional, it tells us their name and their season. Did you notice that too?
Yes, how long they've been there.
Right, their season.
Which
This
I
is
think
her
is, I mean, obviously, if any of this is real, then that is important.
right. Any of it's real.
If any of it's real.
If any of it's real. So Luke is cooking dinner at Hillary's waterfront mansion. And watching the interaction between the two of them and what is he cooking and like she's micromanaging it. Actually, her in any interaction with any food is just very difficult to watch. But the producer asks her if she's a little bossy, and she said, "Well, I've always been that way. Actually, all the men, like, that's what they expect from me. Like, that's what they need is for me to tell them what to do. Like, I never expected to fall in love with a doorman, but, so long as he can take care of himself and, like, I didn't need his money. I have my own money. And so long as he is I'm like, yeah, okay.
She said as long as he works and covers his own expenses, which I did think was interesting. And listen, I don't blame her because
No, I don't
like
either.
a housewife, I mean, I would be very concerned that somebody just wants to be with me for my money. And if he knew who she was, which being a doorman, the head of the doorman, I'm sure he was well aware of who she was. I would be cautious.
Oh, I'm sure there is a major prenup
I'm not going to move
involved.
you from Amsterdam to West Palm for you to come live with me and you're not going to work. Get a job. You don't have to be
I
a
don't think he's
doorman.
working. I think his job is taking care of her and making her dinner. I
Well,
mean, he was
but
very good in the kitchen.
yeah, for sure. But she did say as long as he works and covers his own expenses. So I am curious
Yeah,
as to
but
what he does.
I doubt he works outside of that house. I mean, did you see him and his interaction with her son?
Yeah.
And I think his job is running that house, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
That's his
He
job.
did go with her to one of the properties, but he was like flying a drone inside. I was a little concerned about that. I'm like, if that drone breaks a glass window, like, so he did seem like a big kid, which most of them are.
I think all of them are.
All of them are.
So the next thing we see is Rosalind is having her high tea event. And she obviously invites Ro-Mina there and Gail, and Rosalind shows up with this huge pink flower fascinator along with her big floral gown. I cracked up when Ro-Mina shows up with her cute little dress and her yellow fascinator. And Ro-Mina says to Rosalind, "Oh my gosh, I love your jewelry." And Rosalind says, "This is high-end costume jewelry." Just like, I was like, okay, okay, Rosalind, okay. And the hat is Koken, and Romina's like, "Oh, mine's Amazon." It was like, "Yes,
And it was
Romina."
adorable. It
She
was
looked
adorable.
great. She looked
Yes, she
great.
did.
And Rosalind said, "I can tell." She said, "I can tell."
Yeah. Bullshit, Rosalind. Josh
But then
drinking.
Rosalind goes on to say, Koken in New York, they've made hats for movie stars. I'm like, oh my God. Then Gail shows up also with this big, large hat and greets Rosalind, and they have their little love fest.
Mm.
And she's like, "Oh, my hat's from Koken also." And her dress was a Marcus dress. I don't know if you remember, but Marcus is the designer that was at Rosalind's house when she had Ro-Mina come over to show her
Right.
dresses.
Right.
So that's their designer. Marcus is their designer. I was like, "My God." Now, are we giving them credits? Like, more, okay, now is he getting paid? I
Oh,
hope so.
yeah, for sure.
I hope so.
I think the thing that bothers Rosalind and Gail the most is that Romita is not impressed by any of this. She's
No,
just not. They are, but she's not. And she's got money. She's a
right.
multimillionaire. So the fact that it doesn't impress her, I think drives them nuts.
I think so too, because the thing that happens next, it just actually proves it. So Rosalind introduces Ro-Mina to Gail. She's like, "She's my inspiration. She's my queen." And Ro-Mina goes over to hug Gail. And Gail says, "I love your dress." And Ro-Mina says, Rosalind looks at her. She's like, "Rosalind said, you look good today. Thank you for making me proud." And then a few minutes later, they're sitting there. And Ro-Mina says to Gail, "I'm sorry, what was your name again?" I almost fell over. I was like, this is her queen. This is your mentor's queen. There's only there's only 3 of you
There's
there.
only
You
2
already know
people there.
Rosalind. Right, you
And
already
you
know
know her
Rosalind.
name.
Even if you did forget her name, you're gonna ask her right now on camera.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
I
Nuts. That was
literally
nuts.
I literally laughed out loud. I'm like, this is the stuff that kept me watching it. I was like, I can't. I feel like Ro-Mina is so effing with them. I do. I feel like she is.
And the best part about the whole thing was Rosalind's reaction. She was like,
Mortified. She was mortified.
"You forgot her name."
Exactly. After she just said, "You made me so proud." I literally this is
Telling her she was too loud in the bathroom at Mar-a-Lago, or I think it was at
right.
Mar-a-Lago, right? Some kind of charity
Yes.
event. She was in
Yes.
the
Some
bathroom
kind of
for
charity.
crying out loud.
I
Who's
know.
judging her in the bathroom? Let a girl live.
I know. I know. Even Romina's like, "I'm sorry, that's just my voice. That's who I am." And she's like, "Well, you're gonna have to you can't be that way. You're gonna have to change." I'm like, can you imagine if my husband, he's like the loudest person I've ever met. He
When
cannot
Eric and I
be
first started dating, Eric's whole family would be
to you.
yeah. I'm
Oh,
like,
they thought you
"Listen,
were like
I'm sorry. I talk loud. If you don't talk loud in my family, nobody hears you because we are all talking over each other." I was on a three-way call with my sisters last night. I have no idea what we talked about. I only know the end result was that we're going to dinner for my father's 80th birthday next Saturday.
There you go.
What happened in the middle of that conversation, I don't know. We were all talking at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Some people are just loud.
Yeah, they are. That's it. Some people are just loud. And she is loud. You could tell she's loud. It's just who she is. She
Yeah.
can't help it. It is who
No.
she is. And I think it's endearing. I do. I think it's
Me
endearing.
too. Leave her
But
alone.
I'm not in Palm Beach. So the next thing that happens after this is again so funny. After they school her for being loud in the bathroom, Romina says, I'm dying. "Can we play a game so I can get to know you?" Okay. We know from Housewives, these games never go
Don't play
well,
a game.
ever.
Don't
Don't play
play
a
a
game.
game.
So the woman next to her, I guess it's Cheryl, starts talking about how she moved down there and it was COVID. The only thing I wrote down after that was Ro-Mina said COVID was a blessing. Everyone was like, Gail's like, we lost many lives. I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
that
like,
I understand what she was saying. Like, I
I
do
know.
think that COVID got people to pause and be like, okay, what's really important here?
Right.
And maybe
Right.
they did move locations because the city was too much pressure and, whatever. But yeah, when she said that, I'm like, oh my God, like we know so many people who lost their lives. So not the best way to put it.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So the next thing we see in this episode is Tasha thinks that Rosalind and Hilary need to talk because Hilary didn't invite Rosalind. So Tasha and Rosalind are sitting at the restaurant waiting for Hilary to arrive for lunch so that they can have this conversation. 45 minutes after they're sitting there, they finally decide to order. And then Hilary rolls up with her tracksuit on and her ball cap and
With her company.
with her company, yep,
In
with
the
her ball
car
cap.
with her company on it. Yeah.
Right. And Tasha's like, I feel responsible because, I got you two together. And Hillary came in hard. She
Yeah.
came in hard. Like, she did
She
not
did.
come to make up. She came to mark her territory.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she came to do. And Rosalind kind of just sat there and took it, to be quite honest with
She
you.
did. She really did.
Yeah.
Again, it's that like smile and wave mentality.
Yeah. So they kind of end with, we're not going to be friends. We're not going to have sleepovers, but we need to be civil. And Rosalind says, listen, I just really would like you to judge me based on what you see of me, not rumors and lies and gossip. And they kind of agree to that. And that's that. And I'll be honest with you, this is only episode 2 and we're at an hour. So I'd say we probably should just end it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think an hour is good.
Yeah, and then when we get to do the next 2, we'll do the next 2, but like I said, I like it. I do like it.
I like it. I really hope it comes back for a second season with the same people, same players. I just think it's going to be different. I think that they're going to get a lot of attention from this and it's going to change things.
Yeah, definitely. It always does. It always
Well,
does
somebody
change
always
things.
wants to be the breakout star. So, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, so
But I enjoyed it. I couldn't turn it off.
No, I agree. So we'll let our listeners know. We're going to do it now that we know how long it took me to go through 2 episodes. I didn't go into too many details, but these were things that I found interesting and funny, So if you guys are enjoying this, let us know. Let us know if this is something you want us to continue with. I did start watching Mary's cult documentary. Did you start that?
No, but I might tonight.
Okay. So we are definitely going to talk about that.
Yes.
That's 3 episodes. I've started it. I've done like an episode and a half. Boy, that's gonna blow your mind.
They're an hour long?
Yeah, but with commercials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because I recorded it. So with commercials, it's an hour. So yeah, listen, let us know what you think about that too. If you have any questions or anything that you're interested in that you guys want us to talk about, you can send us an email. You can comment. You can message us on any social media.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Thank you for watching. Until next time, please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.